Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, our moments with the Word of God, our moments with the love, mercy, and compassion of God, our moments also with the holy ones of God, the saints of God, and those people who encountered Jesus and met Jesus even though they did not belong to that community and gained a lot of faith and also prominence and credibility as well. And we too can do that when we take responsibility to get into touch with ourselves and find out how close we are to the Lord, etc. And I also invite you to share the videos with others and ask them to subscribe to the channel. I don't know for what reason. These days there are practically no subscribers, maybe because you are not sharing the videos with others or not asking your friends to subscribe, or maybe you have done and we have reached a saturation point. I don't know, but I'm just appealing to you all once again to please continue to share, write your comments at the bottom, and that's how algorithms will share it more widely. Thank you. Today, on the 27th of June, the church celebrates the feast of Saint Cyril of Alexandria, who lived in the 4th and the 5th century and was the Bishop of Alexandria. Alexandria is a place in Egypt. I had the privilege of visiting Alexandria as well as Cairo. But he lived long time ago, more than 1500 years ago, and he became famous not only because he was the Bishop of Alexandria, but also because at that time there was a heresy by another bishop, Bishop of Constantinople. His name was Bishop Nestorius. And Nestorius started teaching that Jesus had two separate natures, divine nature and his human nature were separate. And he also taught that because of that, only the human nature of Jesus suffered on the cross, the divine nature did not suffer. And therefore, he was trying to make a distinction that Mother Mary gave birth only to the human form of Jesus and not to the divine. So earlier, Mother Mary in Greek was known as Theotokos, that means the Mother of God. But he was trying to say, no, she's only Christotokos because she's only Christ bearer or Jesus bearer. So that controversy, he took part and he made a lot of contribution to that. And it is good for us to be also very clear that when we say Jesus suffered on the cross, we also mean that God too suffers with us, and God too suffered the pain of Jesus. And this was, of course, the faith that they tried to re-establish or reimburse or make it again stronger. And today in the gospel we find how a centurion comes to Jesus. Although this is the picture of Saint Florian, or a statue of Saint Florian, who is a famous saint here, but he looks like a centurion, you see, with this thing in his hand, and here is something, and with his crown, he looks like a centurion. Centurion was, of course, a Roman soldier in charge of several soldiers, so of 100 actually. Centurion means of 100. So he did not belong to the Jewish community from where Jesus came and to whom Jesus was teaching. And then he comes to Jesus and says that his servant is sick, and then Jesus says, I will come and heal him. And then he says a very famous sentence which we use every day in our Mass before we receive the Holy Communion. When Jesus tells him that, okay, I will come to your home and heal him, the centurion answers Jesus, no, Lord, I am not worthy that you should come under my roof. So he, even though he was a centurion, a great man, an important soldier, had so many servants under him, he still said, no, Lord, I am not worthy that you should come under my roof, but only say one word, and my soul or my servant shall be healed. Now we say, my soul shall be healed in the Mass. And Jesus then appreciates and says that he has never seen such strong faith even among the Jews. Because you see, Jews were supposed to be special people, chosen people. And they had received so many favors from God all the way from the time of Pharaoh, how God led them out of Egypt and brought them to the promised land. And yet Jesus is saying that those people who had experienced such close hand of God in their lives, Jesus had not found such wonderful faith in him, and therefore Jesus tells him, okay, go, your servant is healed. And then he goes and finds that that is correct. And then further, Jesus goes on in the gospel, which is also very important for us to say, because day before yesterday, if you remember, we had mentioned in the gospel that not all those people who say, Lord, Lord, will enter into the kingdom of heaven. Jesus is repeating that in the gospel today in slightly different manner, when he says that many will come to sit and eat with Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac on the table. But there will be many children of Israel, or children of kingdom rather, which is the kingdom of Israel, will be chased out because they did not live their faith. It's a very important, significant thing for all of us to remember and see if we are just doing lip service to God, or are we really having deeper faith in God and really stand by what he says, as also Cyril of Alexandria, or this centurion, expressed and confirmed their faith in Jesus, or Cyril of Alexandria that time confirmed his faith in the divine nature of Jesus, and that they were one person, divine and human nature was in one person, Jesus Christ. Let us, my dear friends, take these things to heart and examine our own faith and not be taken away by any new teaching that comes. You see, this Nestorianism was a heresy. There are many people who come with false teachings, and some of our Catholics who do not know their own faith properly, sometimes I mention this, they easily get blown away with them, and they go after them, and then they find out, oh, there is no Eucharist there is no sacrament there, they do not have saints, but they just keep on having some kind of Christian denomination. My dear friend, this is important for us to know our faith and follow it, and if you like, you may please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.